Bookshops across England are now coming up with new ways to bring in customers during the second lockdown. After suffering during the first lockdown, independent booksellers are better prepared this time around. This next report shows you how local bookshops in England are trying to stay afloat now that a second lockdown has been imposed.
When the first lockdown was imposed, local bookshops and booksellers fell through the cracks as they neither made it on the list of shops which could remain open nor on the list of shops which couldn't. Independent bookshops had to find ways to reach their customers. This is no easy feat as they also face competition from big online platforms such as Amazon. Ethical platforms like Bookshop.org is what is helping independent booksellers now.
It does seem rather strange that you can go into a pet shop and buy something for your dog, or you can go across the street here and buy a bottle of wine, which you could also have got in a supermarket, but you can't come and buy a book. And so we were quite frustrated initially. Now we've just thought, well, this is how it is. Our BA is still lobbying on our behalf to say, particularly now that schools are open, that it is essential to be able to get books for students. But we're not sure where we are, so we're just having to be resourceful and creative and positive about what it is that we can do.
This provides people with a transparent platform where they can buy from local sellers and bookshops, even though initially books were deemed non-essential by the government. The publishing industry has registered record sales this year. This can be attributed to the fact that people now have more time on their hands, and many have chosen to occupy themselves by reading. This would have otherwise been a boon for local bookshops. However, many sellers could not reach their customers through independent websites and in many cases did not have an online presence.
People are reading more because they have a little bit more time. Perhaps people who normally read anyway have got a bit more time, and people who perhaps lost the habit of reading a little bit have picked up a book and rediscovered the pleasure and the solace of reading because it's something that they once enjoyed, but while they were working or commuting they didn't have that much opportunity to read.
Consumers too have become more aware and now realize the need to support local businesses. And with the second lockdown in place, websites like Bookshop.org and independent websites are proving to be helpful.
We've been fortunate enough to have a lot of activity on social media this week, and it's almost entirely driven by people's understanding that where they spend their money matters. And especially during this time while we're locked down, the danger is that we all give our money to Jeff Bezos and he does not need it. And so people, I think, feel really good about having options that are as convenient as Amazon, but that are different in terms of how the economics are distributed.
Bureau Report, WION World is One.
Co-presented by Skoda. Simply clever.